Oh, hi, hello, welcome, welcome back to my YouTube channel, fellas. Before we start this commentary track, there is something I want to talk about. If you know, I don't do a lot of these on my YouTube channel, and it's simply just because I kind of can't. Copyright, it's a really big issue on YouTube at the moment, and literally, it's consumed all of my movie reviews or commentary. My Perks-Being Wildflower got copyright claimed, which sucks. Because if you watch that, you know I love that movie, and it is my favorite movie, or one of my favorite movies of all time. It really started the flare of me wanting to be a filmmaker and everything like that. So I actually started a Patreon. Now you don't have to donate to it. You don't have to. It don't matter to me. If you want to, you can. You don't have to, and that's all I wanted this intro to be. I'm so sorry for this being like a plug for the intro. I hate when people do stuff like this, but it just helps out the channel if you really do it. But you really don't have to. So enough of that. Dominic, roll the intro. Am I in focus? I am, okay. Welcome back, chads, to another video. It's your boy Wes back at it again. But I'm doing another movie commentary. I'm very sorry about that intro. I know you roasted my my shave form, even probably my editor. But I just needed a shave because of quarantine. I just want to do it for a video to be funny. It wasn't even really that funny, to be honest with you. Today we're talking about a movie that you may have forgotten as a kid when it came out in 2012, maybe ringing a little bell. Maybe it's a little movie from Nickelodeon. Maybe that might help. Maybe I don't know. So one day I was just scrolling through Hulu, and I saw this movie called Rags. And I was like, Rags? I remember this movie vividly. It has Max Schneider in it. It has Keke Palmer. Hell, you probably even saw it and didn't even realize it because it was almost in every single ad on MTV.
He gets a job at a record label, and he's in, as the janitor.
It was really hard to escape this movie, to be honest. It even had the guy from Victorious and Drake Bell. This movie has so many people in it that I forgot about. And I was like, I wonder if it was as good as I remembered. Yes or no? I wanted to get into this movie, and if you haven't seen the movie, it's on Hulu. So yeah, let's get into Rags. So we start out with a couple of shots of New York City, and oh my, we're already starting out pretty good with Drake Bell being the narrator.
New York City. Not a land far, far away, but still one of the most magical cities in the world.
And he's saying like, it's not your typical Cinderella story.
This isn't one of your typical Cinderella stories.
We're introduced to Max. His name's Charlie in the movie, but we can't call him Max. We're introduced by his family that's really not that great. We have his twin brothers, which both look like porcupines with that damn hair. And then we're introduced to the main song that is kind of played. And my god, these vocals are 100% not processed at all.
I never doubt my dreams, always live them out. I'ma tell the world they gotta hear me out.
At all. We basically meet Drake Bell's character, and basically we're introduced to some pretty great dialogue right away.
Keep it up, man. Next time I see you, it better be on an album cover. Well, thank you. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be as famous as she is.
We're introduced to Keke Palmer's character. We're having like a Lady Gaga-esque music video thing with some technical productions because of Drake Bell. Freaking Drake Bell. He's messing up the sound. And we're introduced that Charlie is just trying to make it through this poor life that he's kind of going through. He has family through this restaurant that they're making. He kind of counts them as their other family. Keke Palmer's character is going through all these things like being in an interview she doesn't want to do. This annoying assistant who, in my opinion, is a first e-girl. You can kind of fact check me on that if you want. We're also introduced to her dad, and the biggest conflict that she's facing right now is that she doesn't feel like herself, that she feels like she's not making music that she wants, and I like that dynamic in this movie. I'll give them that. That's really good, because I know there's some actual artists that are probably facing this. For instance, I really did not like Charlie Puth in the beginning. I really didn't. I didn't like Marvin Gaye. People are gonna probably sound off me in the comments. But even he said he didn't, that was music that he really didn't want to make. And now he's making the music that he wants to make. It's super good. It's like insanely good, actually. And it's really weird to think of it like that. So that's how I kind of think this is a good arc with Keke Palmer's character, in my opinion. Fast forward, we see that Max is singing his song again. I love this song. I follow my dreams. I'm not a singer, so please don't comment about my... But then Hello Neighbor is telling him to stop singing and do your work. And we're basically finding out that he's a shocker, I know. But then we find out that his twin stepbrothers, they have a music career. By the way, their name is Android, because it's Andrew and Lloyd.
That's Android. See, when you combine Andrew and Lloyd, Android.
And of course, one of them is dumb, because it's a kid's movie. We have to have a dumb character. And it's the House of Anubis guy, Eddie from House of Anubis. And this is probably the cringiest part of the whole movie, if you ask me. It's their song. Pretty ladies around the world got a weird thing to show you, so tell all the boys and girls. Again, yes, it's a kid's movie, and this is purposely supposed to be bad. They did a great job at that part, because, dear lord, that was hard to listen to. Well, I love to take this little attention to detail that, wait, is it Andrew Lloyd? That's Eddie from House of Anubis. I'm gonna keep on calling him that. Sorry. You can kind of tell he's the best dancer and performer out of the two because he's actually having enthusiasm and looks like he's caring and does the dance moves better, even though he does mess up at the end. I like that little touch that he's actually the one that's the most passionate about it out of all of them. Fast forward, we meet the actor from Victorious, A.V. Jogi. I cannot pronounce names if you couldn't tell. And my god, is he the best part of this movie? Just roll his, you know what I'm going to talk about. Just go ahead and roll it.
Oh, lovely. Oh, you got pens and stuff. This is great.
Thank you.
Oh, you're a fan. Well, do hope. Oh, thank you. You're beautiful.
They just said, a dialect coach. We'll make him like Russell Brand. I wonder if any British people got offended by this accent because it's terrible. But oh my god, this guy is just... You can tell the actor is having the most fun out of everybody with this character that's supposed to be serious. We'll talk more about him later, trust me, we will. Charlie goes to Keke Palmer's dad's record label where he hears about a janitor job. And he's applying for it, but he also runs into Drake Bell again. He actually tells the woman to help him get the job to make sure he gets it. And in this scene, this is where I think this is actually a tie-in with Drake and Josh. I don't care if his name is Sean in the movie. It's Drake. I know it. Because here's the thing. He has the same haircut in the movie. Drake was an artist in the show. Sean is a producer. What if this is Drake Bell from Drake and Josh being a rundown version? And like he's already lived it through and Max is like his new version of him. You know what I mean? The way he talks to this girl that's trying to make people apply for the jobs.
Make sure he gets hired.
Will you go on a date with me?
No.
The way he says it is so Drake Bell-esque. I think he just plays Drake from Drake and Josh in this whole movie, and I'm not mad about it. I actually like it. We find out that he's trying to save up for his mom's piano that's in a pawn shop. So he is trying to collect it, but obviously he has a terrible job and is poor. But now with his new job, he'll probably be able to get it. And we agree with another musical number. This one I think is okay. It's not bad. It's not good. It's okay. I don't know what was the fascination of rap and singing in the same thing in 2012, but it's a little odd in this movie, but it kind of works at the same time.
Gold chains, video games, just bought my girl a diamond ring. Not going home tonight, everything here just feels right.
Fast forward, we are now seeing Charlie work at the janitor job. He's going through the dad's office and he finds like a picture. Keke Palmer and her friends confront him about it. Just this scene, it plays out as an Instagram comedy sketch, in my opinion. This is definitely where the writing falls very flat. And again, we're greeted by God himself, Russell Brand in this movie.
Oh, the janitor?
The janitor! You kind of tell that they're having a little chemistry sparkle up, and you can tell that she does not like Russell Brand in this movie at all. So they're going to this fragrance party, and they kind of bash over the head that she can't be herself again. I do like the story arc of Keke Palmer in this movie. It's pretty decent. I like it. Flash forward, Charlie's cleaning at his job again. He goes into the studio and he like plays around, pretend like he's recording. But fun fact, Drake is actually sleeping on the couch, and he realized it. So he records what he was singing, and they say, hey, maybe we can make something out of this. But of course, we had the most foreshadowed thing about the name of this movie ever.
No, I'm just the kid with rags and mops. Dude, you are way more than just a kid with rags.
What do you think the name of the movie is, man? Keke Palmer follows him to his store. They have decent dialogue about their life. It's kind of a good way of showing like how terrible this owner is to Charlie and how much he does not care.
My stepdad used the piano money to buy a karaoke machine. Sorry, Charlie.
It's kind of funny if you really think about it like that, because Charlie is a singer, and I like that a lot in the movie. But anyway, they have like the talk about it, and actually the same thing happened to Keke Palmer's character, as her mother died as well. He's saying like, dude, your music's good, why aren't you putting it out? So they go to this little park in So let's redo this. Okay, so after the park or their little performance, they share this little smoochy kind of intense look. Ooh, I know. Very, very edgy for a Nickelodeon movie, right? Right? Anyway, basically she hands an invitation to go to the masquerade ball, which he does try to go to, but the dad takes it and gives it to the twins for them being rejected from their demo so they could prove it to their face.
We regret to inform you you did not qualify for the Majesty Records talent contest.
So basically, his, family tried to make him a costume out of platinum curtains, which is insane, by the way. I love that. And to be real, the suit is, like, super, super dope. I love it. And he rides off to his bike to go to the party. There's this really, really, really cringy masquerade dance. Oh, and Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon's in the movie. If you did not know, you're welcome. More Russell Brand looking weird while they're doing the dance. So he runs into Drake Bell at the party, and he gives him his demo calling him Rags, and he's saying,
I figure when you're huge, you'll need to remember where you came from.
So Charlie gets up there and performs, and basically kills it. Everybody loves it. But the dumb brother finds out that the shoe engraving, which we never see in the movie, weird enough, is Charlie's shoe. So he's like, oh, Rags is Charlie. Who would have thought it? Everyone would have thought it. So basically they're like, oh, we need to go home. So Charlie's going back, and he needs to get to the room before he's there. So there's like this insane parkour part for some reason. I really don't know why, but I kind of dig it. Oh, and they also shared a kiss while they were at the ball, by the way. If you didn't know. Sorry, I forgot to put that part in there. God, this is gonna be a long file. Sorry, Dom. She goes to Max's work, and basically she said, can you help me find Rags? And he even tries to say it, but doesn't. He's not able to. They try to find Rags throughout this movie. Charlie's cleaning glasses, and Lloyd's being chewed out for messing up one move when he's literally the best dancer out of all of them. Like, clearly if you watch the scene, you know that he's the best dancer out of all of them. But he talks to Charlie, and sadly, Andrew's overhearing, and he says,
You both have the same way of marking up your shoes. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
So basically, they're holding this like scout talent show to find the real Rags. Then Hello Neighbor traps Charlie in the closet, and they're making Andrew, the other porcupine, Rags, when he clearly has autotune. By the way, it's really bad. The autotune's terrible with this performance, in my opinion.
And I just need some rhyme that I can make flies. I can't wait for that someday.
Max already gave her the hint that he was already Rags by saying "be you" or whatever, so she's not really fooled. I'm sorry, but there should be like a huge difference between them, so I'm very glad she knows. He goes into the restaurant again. They plan a party and everything, so he's packing up. He's really mad. Everybody's trying to make him like stop to leave. You know, where even the asshole uncle just a gloat. Keke Palmer pretends like she's like about to introduce the Rags that everybody thinks is Rags, but then she actually introduces Charlie as the actual Rags. Thank you. They make him perform. It performs the rest of Someday, which is pretty good. But then he says, hey, wait, I shouldn't be able to do this. I want to represent the real Katie Worth and let her sing her own song. And basically, she's getting the approval from her father. So now she starts making music of her own. But then we have a plot twist about how the place is actually Charlie's the whole time, because thanks to Lloyd that provided that.
Well, at least we still got the palace.
Actually, no. Your mom didn't leave this place for my dad. She left it for you. Check the deed.
Into the ending of this movie with our last song. They're getting the fairy tale ending. By the way, this is the most fairy tale ending thing I've ever seen in my life. Keke and Russell Brand are broken up now. Drake is doing great. The record's doing great. They're selling absolute numbers. And then the terrible people are actually doing the jobs that Charlie had. But Lloyd is the background dancer with them, which that's a really good idea. And we have Drake Bell doing the typical fairy tale ending of, do you believe?
So maybe life can be like a fairy tale after all. Do you have a dream? Do you believe?
And that was Rags. That's the movie, Rags. What would I rate this movie? Honestly, I give it a strong 7 out of 10. Now, that's a little much, but I just really enjoy this movie. I still do. I actually love watching it on Hulu, but it has a lot of cringy moments. It does. I'll admit that fully. It does, but at the same time, it has a lot of good moments, and it has a lot of heart, and I think that's what makes this movie work. And also, the music's not bad in it. It's actually really not bad, and I think the best actor in the whole movie is definitely Max, not just because he's one of my favorite artists, but in my opinion, he's probably the best actor out of all of them. It's either that or Keke. Maybe Drake Bell, I don't know. And yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this movie commentary. I sure did. I've been trying to make this for a while, and I'm glad I finally did. So if you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel to become a Chad today. And leave a like, a fat like, like if you enjoyed this content. You don't have to. It's whatever. And leave a comment if you want to. If you disagree with my opinion, I'd love to hear it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys with another video. Peace.